Sport, yeah, I did. I wanted to play for the USA Olympic team for softball because they don't have professional softball.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play for the USA team.
Whoa.
I know, right? It's funny. I was having shows in Dallas and I was having people scream my lyrics and stuff while I'm on stage, and then I had to turn around and go to like a 9 to 5.
Yeah,
like it was like
so weird.
It was like horrible. I really don't deal with a lot of things that people deal with in today's society. I feel like because I'm white, I don't have to face as many problems or challenges, and I feel bad for that. I feel bad for that.
Hi, this is Lauren Engel. Today I'm here with Tay Money.
What's up, girl?
You were born originally in Athens, Texas?
Yes, I was. East Texas. It's like really small, kind of country.
And was all your extended family in Texas, or?
Well, I mean, I have some like like cousins and stuff. Like, I have some people that live in like Alaska and like Las Vegas, but basically, pretty much everyone's in Texas. Yeah.
And your parents are originally from there as well?
They are. Yeah, they were born and raised there. My dad still lives there. My mom, she moved to the DFW, which is like the whole Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex area.
And what did your parents do when you were growing up, like career-wise?
So my mom was the city secretary for Athens, and my dad is like, he's a manager in an electric company.
Oh, so where do you think you got your creative side from?
So I think that I got it from, it's kind of crazy, I don't really know, but my dad's like rock star, like his mood is rock star, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's funny and he's like really outgoing and goofy. And my mom, she's more like reserved, cautious, but still a fun time. So like I have all of that combined in me.
What kind of music were they playing in the house when you were growing up?
So they were playing like my mom was like playing like Nickelback and like Ryan Cabrera, and my dad was playing country, stuff like that. But my sister, I have an older sister, she's 8 years older, and she was playing like Jaquan and Nelly and T-Pain, and that's where I got like, that's what I like. That's what I still listen to.
But it's kind of a farm they grew up in, mostly cows though, right?
Yeah, so we had cows. We didn't have horses or like chickens, but we had cattle, and I would go with my dad and we would put out hay bales for them to eat and stuff like that.
Was it kind of like just something they did on the side because they already had their like full-time job?
Yeah, you can have cows, and my dad would make money off of them. So he would feed them and we would sell them and stuff like that. But also you can, I'm not sure, but you can claim some taxes if you have livestock on your property. So that's how they would write off their taxes and stuff like that. Yeah.
I kind of want to.
It's crazy because I'm like, why do we have these cows?
And back then you were really athletic, right?
Yeah. How do you know?
You did softball and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I played like a lot of sports. And I was really athletic. My dad was like the coach. He would coach us and stuff. He was like really hard on us too. Like, he's like tough love but good love. Like, he made me solid. I'm solid because of that. Yeah.
And do you think you've always been like competitive?
Yeah, I am competitive. But I'm pretty good. I'm glad I'm good at stuff because I'm not a sore loser, but I'm like, oh no, we can't leave till I win. We have to play again. Yeah.
And did you spend a lot of your free time back then like training, or how intense?
Yeah, so I was always I was a pitcher, so we always had like softball lessons, pitching lessons and stuff, batting lessons, stuff like that. Softball was like #1 for me. And then I was, cheer practice and stuff like that. Basketball and soccer and volleyball I kind of let go of like beginning of high school and started focusing more on softball. But other than that, my time, like, we would get some beer and we would hit a back road where you wouldn't see any other cars or anything, and we would play music, and that's how we hung out. We would party in pastures and sometimes the gas stations.
And that's how you found a lot of hip-hop, right? Through, was it the people on your basketball team, or?
Actually, yeah. So the very first time I knew I was like, I was just love hip-hop and stuff like that, was I was playing on my sister's, I took my sister's CD player to one of my basketball games when we were traveling, and man, Jaquan was on there. Like,
yeah, you like love Tipsy.
Bro, Tipsy is my shit. I actually have like the record, like the actual.
No way.
Yeah, I have the vinyl.
And then is that where you heard? Is it called Big Tuck or what was this?
Okay, yeah. So Big Tuck is from Dallas, and he's a legend, and I love him so much. But I started hearing him at pep rallies, and like you know, that's people I grew up with in my high school. Once I figured out who my friends were and stuff, so they were listening to. That's how I got hooked on it. It's really the sound of like South. It's like South hip hop. Like, that shit just stuck in me. So now when I hear it, if I hear it, no matter who it is, like, we gonna jam it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like how Boosie sound. I like how, you know, like Lil Snoop sound and stuff like that. I like that you can hear that twang. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
And other than being athletic and your music choices, how else would you describe yourself back then growing up?
So, you know, growing up, I kind of felt like I had to be like my parents, maybe. I don't know. They were a little country. But I was a little country. Like, my first vehicle had camo seats, and it was a truck. But then I grew up, and I started, you know, I was like really wild. I looked a lot different than everybody else in my hometown. Like, not everybody had tattoos all over them, and I was just kind of going against what I was kind of like raised doing.
Yeah, actually,
and I kind of felt bad. Like, am I supposed to be like this? And then I was like, this is me. So yeah.
Actually, where do you think what was the turning point that you became more rebellious, and where do you think that came from?
Damn, that's a good question. I was in high school and I was hanging out with older people. As soon as I got to high school, I started hanging out with like the seniors and stuff like that, and because of softball, that's how. But I have no clue. I have no clue what made me switch over. I don't know.
And were your parents concerned?
Yeah, they think I'm the crazy one. So like my sister's really good, and like she's like A on the roll, stuff like that.
Oh, wow.
And I was like just trying to get like a 70, and like I only wanted to play sports. She wasn't really that athletic, and we were complete opposites. So for her to do everything that they tell her to do, and me be like, no, I'm not doing that. They were like, oh my God. They say I'm a handful. They be telling me all the time.
Actually, back then, did you think you could pursue sports professionally?
Sport, yeah, I did. I wanted to play for the USA Olympic team for softball, because they don't have professional softball.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play for the USA team.
Wow.
I know, right? It's funny.
And then, wait, so did you go to college?
I did.
Yeah.
I went to college for 1 year, and I played at a junior college in Texas. It was called Lon Morris, and I played softball there for a year. And then I went home and I went to beauty school, and it took me a year to get through that.
Actually, going back, what made you want to go to college?
I wanted to keep playing softball.
Oh.
Yeah. I knew I wanted to do hair, but if you play softball, you can't do hair. Hair is like you go to school from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. You have to go all day. Like, you know, with softball, I was going to regular classes, 1 hour here, 1 hour there, practice 1 hour. But once I got the softball out of my system, then it's still not out of my system.
Yeah.
I still love it, and like I miss it, and like I still be reminiscing. But once I was tired of playing, I knew I was like, okay, it's time to go get my money. So I started doing hair. I started taking clients. And
Actually, wait, sorry.
No, you're good.
What were you studying in college?
Hospitality management.
Oh, really? How did you get into that, or what about it excited you?
So they didn't have anything like cosmetically related when I was going for softball. So there was like, I could do hospitality management. It would be like for me to own my own salon, or like I could do like hair on a cruise ship, or something like that. So I tried to do that. Me and the teacher did not get along. I dropped my major like that. I dropped out. The college didn't even realize that I had dropped out. Like I was going there for like a whole semester. I knew when the semester ended, I'm like, oh damn, they finna catch me. I gotta dip, and I gotta go to beauty school. And I was still like traveling on the softball team and eating in the caf, and they had no idea I was not going to any classes at all.
Was it kind of surprising of a career change to you? Because was it like your whole life your dad was like coaching you to be this like softball athlete, and then that's probably what you were, but then somehow hair was
so I knew I was gonna do hair. I was doing everybody on the softball team, like we were I was doing it in the dorm rooms and stuff. I knew I was gonna do hair. Then once I got situated, I was doing hair for like 5, almost 6 years. I was like, damn, my back hurt, my fingers hurt. Like, this cannot be, like, I'm supposed to be getting my hair done. Like, this cannot be what it is. I have to do something else.
Where do you think your interest in hair came from, though?
I don't know, but it's so I like to draw and I like to paint. I'm not like super good at it, but I'm pretty artistic. So hair is almost like, you know, painting.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like painting. Like, I was doing color. That's like a big deal to me. I love color. Like, even wigs, like, I switch my hair a lot. Like, I have a lot of fake hair at home and stuff. Like, it just do something. I don't know why. Hair make me feel so beautiful. I have good hair, though.
So did you like working a lot at the salon?
So I did when I first started. You know, I loved that shit. I would like work my ass off, and I had never seen money like that. Like, I made good money, and it just wasn't good enough. Honestly, it's like, I don't know how to explain. I was miserable. I went like once I realized I wanted to do music, then when I had to go from, I was having shows in Dallas, and I was having people scream my lyrics and stuff while I'm on stage, and then I had to turn around and go to like a 9 to 5. Like, it was like
so weird.
It was like horrible. So like my last few months at work, because I quit my hair job, but my last few months at work, like, I would find myself like crying in the break room, or like I was like please, when can I, like, I have to go do more. I have to be more. I have a story. I have a voice, and I want to say it. And you know, I just stayed down, and like I'm religious. I talk to God all the time, and I just prayed to Him, and I don't work there no more. You know.
Did you know people in music back then in Dallas? Like early on?
So yes and no. When I first moved there, my friend took me to a show, and I met a couple of people on the underground scene. They were really nice, and they just became my friends, and I had no interest of doing music. And then, you know, I just started to be around it a lot, and I'm like, damn, like, I like this shit. Like, I want to be up on stage. I want to have a show. Like, if they like these people, they gotta like me. But it was it like feels amazing to have people rock with you. Like, I know people that are good as fuck, and people don't rock with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit like have to hurt. That shit have to sting. So it made me grateful. I feel really thankful for the people that do rock with me and speak up and support me and stuff like that.
And how much were you rapping previously, like, to meeting those people?
I started rapping it's about 2 years now. And I was just freestyling in the car with my friends. Like, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything.
Were they surprised, like, they knew that you had talent, or?
Yeah, they were. I was like, you need to do it, you need to do it. I was really nervous. Start sweating. Like, if they wanted me to freestyle, they'd be like, freestyle. I'd be like, no. Like, I can, but like, I was nervous. I was nervous to do it, and now it just is like second nature. The other night I was in the studio, I was like, damn, I'm getting good at this shit.
Was it difficult for you, like, getting in your first sessions, or how did those come about?
Yeah, I was worried about what they would think, how they, like, do they think I suck? I don't know what I'm supposed to even fucking sound like. Like, what am I even doing? You know what I'm saying? Then somebody was like, the best, my producer, his name's Dustin Cavazos, and he told me, like, the best thing ever is, like, it stayed with me forever. He's like, the best thing about making music, Tay, is that's your music, and nobody can tell you how to make it or what it's supposed to sound like. And I'm like, you're right. So now I'll be in the studio, people be like, I think you should. I'll be like, I think you should shut up, because this is my song. No.
I love that. How did it happen? So after you first making your first songs, did you already think of putting out music videos right after, or how was the progression?
I really only wanted the music video, to be honest with you. I was like, the reason I did it, I was like, man, I want a music video. Like, I feel like I could look cool. Like, this shit is fire. Like, I'd be at home like, you know?
Yeah,
like,
she's so good at posing.
I'd be like, I'm killing it in the mirror at home. Like, I can do this shit. And I got my first video back, and I was like, damn, I can't do this shit. But they liked it. it just wasn't what I thought it was gonna look like. Not on the production end, but like me. It's like every time I do a music video, I learn something and I get more comfortable and more comfortable. So I'm getting excited because like we're starting to like really plan. Like it used to be call daily, hey, pull up, let's shoot a music video. We're gonna do it. Just bring a cool car, and you know what I'm saying. And now it's like we're really starting to think and plan, and I'm impulsive, so like I'm planning stuff out, trying to make some movies.
And your first show was with Lil Debbie, right?
It was. You're so nice that you know. Yeah, I love Lil Debbie, man. I look up to Lil Debbie.
But you were like looking at the video, right, of you, and you're like, oh, you didn't like how you were like performing on stage back then.
How did you know that? How did you know that? I did not like how I looked. I was like, what the fuck, Tay? Like, that shit was crazy. That shit was so embarrassing. And now, I've even had a couple people tell me like, man, you come a long way. I'm like, no, for real. For real. Now I feel comfortable. Sometimes I still get nervous, but it's like good nervous. It's like a good nervous.
And you never had a different name before Tay Money, right? Was this your first? Or?
So I know this Tay Money is officially it. It was just my @name was never Tay Money. I just made it Tay Money. It was Tay Watson because my last name's Watson. And so we recently made it Tay Money. Tay Money's taken. I offered the Tay Money on Twitter and I offered the Tay Money on Instagram some money come up off the @name. They're not fucking with it, so I had to be Tay Money. Duh.
And what made you want to add money to it?
So okay, you know what? I see where you went with that. My rap name was never, like, I never had a rap name before, but they would call me T Money where I was from.
Oh, okay.
And so I took part of my name, Tay, and I took my old T Money, and I put them together, made it my Twitter name, and then it stuck. People were just calling me Tay Money out in public.
Oh.
And, hey, Tay Money, Tay Money. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay, well, my name's Tay Money. I honestly contemplated for a really long time on making my rap name Tay Watson, but I didn't do it.
I like Tay Money a lot better.
Thank you. Thank you.
So how did you meet your team initially?
Man, that's crazy.
Actually, you had like a bunch of different people that try to manage you, right?
Yeah, I did. I worked with somebody first. I worked with somebody at first from the DFW area. His name was Rod. You know, we still we have a friendship. Like, we don't hate each other, nothing like that. It just wasn't the right work for me. And then I worked with another dude out of LA. His name was Jofi, and no hate to him. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still building, and I'm trying to find out who's for me, who's not for me. And it's kind of scary out here. You don't know who you can trust, and you don't know. Like, it's like you could make this one move that could take you all the way, or you could make one move that could take you back to where the fuck you started. But I met my team now, and I would not trade them for the world. I love them. I'm so thankful. I have a group of girls that are my friends that I bring like 2 or 3 with me about everywhere I go. I have Mary. She's a stylist, and
she's awesome.
She's awesome. And our styles are really similar in a way. So like I'll be like, I want to wear this, I want to wear this, and she's like, okay, but what if we did this to it? And then she it's just the icing on the cake. Then I have my producer Dustin Cavazos, and I have Sam, his name's Guitar Emoji. They are always with me. You will not see me without them. Sam, he is a writer. I still write my music, but I want to give him his props. He helped me out he gave me about 20% of my lyrics. He gave me about 20. I love Sam. I couldn't do it without Sam. And then I have Santi. He's my day-to-day. And my manager's name is Stan. And Stan is in Miami, and he is the motherfucking man. He is, yeah.
Did they just reach out to you online, or how did you meet Stan?
They actually reached out to a blog. My friend Sean Cotton, he actually, like, helped me kind of, you know, pop. He runs Say Cheese. And love him. He's the best. And he helped change my life. He actually got me in contact. They reached out to him. They wanted to meet with me, and Sean flew me out. They flew me out to Miami. We sat down and we had a meeting. It was a beautiful meeting. It was the best shit. I've met with some people in New York. I've met with some labels and shit and like all that stuff. I'm not signed. A lot of people think I am. I'm not.
Actually, what's the reason behind that? Or you want to be, or you're just waiting it out? Or
I mean, if the price is right, I do want to sign. I think that at one point you do have to sign, and that's cool, but I need them to know my worth, because it's like, I know what I can do for you, but it's kind of like, what can you do for me? I'm already making my money.
Yeah, already doing so much by yourself.
Right. But I would definitely sign if the price is right. I'm right now, I don't want to sign like this month, not next month, maybe that month. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to build my value up a little bit more.
And how did you figure out how to work your music videos early on, like place it with certain channels? Did you figure out that yourself, or how was it?
In a way, yeah. I just kind of peeped what everybody else was doing, and I'm like, you know, people was telling me how I should be doing shit, and I was kind of listening, but I was kind of also learning, and I was just trying shit on my own. I'm like, well, y'all did this. You telling me to do this, and you did this, but it's not really working for you. So like, I can take your advice, but I kind of need to go my own way and do my own thing. And there's not a rule book to this shit. There's not a playbook to this shit. That's how I feel. I feel like they think it's a playbook, and I'm like, no.
And do you think your audience changed a lot after you got on Star HipHop, your music video?
Do you think that my audience changed?
Like, do you think you grew a lot from that?
Oh, I did, definitely. Yeah. I definitely did. Star helped me out a lot. I want to drop another video on their page, but I want it to be like, I don't want to just let them drop any video. Like, when I see a video and it meets my expectations, because I'm very hard to please, there be videos I get them back, no, trash it. And they're like, we're not trashing it. I'm like, we're trashing it. It's not good enough. As soon as I get one that meets my expectations, I'm sending it straight there. I'm like, you are posting it.
I love that. What was the inspiration behind your EP, Duh?
Duh came from Tay Money Duh. I'm like, well, we're gonna call that bitch Duh, because like, duh. But
how about the songs on there, like the inspirations behind those?
So Tay Money by Tay Money is an inspiration from a song called Not a Stain on Me by Big Tuck. It's actually a remake, except I could be mistaken, don't quote my words. His beat is a sample from a Beastie Boys song. Oh, okay. And I remade my own beat. Instead of the original is mine is Tay. Look at these beautiful flowers in my face.
Look at a music video.
I'm in LA, bitch. But then the other ones, like, everything's really like 90s, 2000. Like, that's still what I'm listening to. Like, you go and you play me some rappers right now that are new and up and coming, no offense to them, but I'm probably not gonna know who they are. I do know some because they be having like little hit songs that be traveling through Dallas. I'm like, damn, what is it? That shit hot. But like, I'm not gonna go look that up. I'm still on Apple Air Force Ones. Like, that's, my friends probably hate my playlist. They be telling me, Tay, get some new songs, get some new songs. They be telling me all the time.
And actually, you're referring back before, but religion's always been a big part of your life, right?
So I was raised in church. My parents got a divorce when I was in 7th grade, which is probably when my switch over. That's probably my rebellion. That's probably where it came out. But it didn't really affect me. Like, you know, I wasn't like, like, I was like cooling. Like, I had, you know, 2 Christmases and it was cool to switch shit up. And, you know, it was a lot better with them not being together because, you know, they fought and stuff. So it was better when they were separated, and it was relaxing at home now. But when, why were we talking about
religion?
Okay, yeah. So I grew up in church. When they got a divorce, we stopped going. Everybody did. They would try to go every now and then. It's like they just couldn't find their way. I think that's when we all needed it most, but I don't feel like I have to go to church to keep my relationship 1,000 with God. I talk to God more than I probably talk to my best friend. Like, I just sit there and talk to him and talk to him and talk to him. Because at this point, like, I've been at my lows and I've been at my highs, but when I'm at my lows and I don't have anything or anyone to go to, I can always go to him, and he always take me back to my highs. So whatever it is, I don't want to force religion down nobody's throat. I don't like to do that. I don't like when people do that to me. But if someone's having problems and they ask me for advice, I'm gonna let them know, like the word of God. I'm gonna let them know.
I love that.
Thank you.
Is it ever conflicting to you, like that part, and then also like
I think
your
that
lyrics and stuff? Or
okay, yeah. I see where my mom's always like, can't you just like make a song where like it's not bad? And I'm like, it's not really bad. They're not really bad. I'm really not saying like horrible stuff. I know like to my mom it may hurt her or be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? She's so precious. But I feel like me and God have a good relationship. He knows who I am and he knows how I am. You know, he made me, so I don't think people are like, well, would you ever talk about God in your songs? And I'm like, no, because I don't want to combine the two. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about ass shaking and then turn around and talk about God. Like, you know,
I see what you mean.
But there are many times in the studio where something sounds good or something sounds hard or Sam's like, say this, and I'm like, I refuse to say it because it's so bad, you know?
Yeah.
I do have a limit.
Yeah,
but if it's clean, like clean, and I can find a way to like kind of, he ate my hat, but he out of spite, it just kind of seemed better.
Where would you say you got your style inspiration from?
Like Christina Aguilera, Gwen Stefani, Britney Spears, Paris Hilton. Even though like now all of them are, no offense, but like I see them and I'm like, sis, come on, sis. But
back in the day,
that shit, Eve. Eve is like oh, I just wish I could be Eve.
Yeah. And Lil' Kim, right?
And Lil' Kim, I even want to get the little paw prints tattooed on my boobies. You know what I'm talking about? That's so fire.
Actually, which are your favorite tattoos, and do you have a story behind them?
I love this little money bug. It's a ladybug and it has money signs on it.
Yeah.
I love that. I actually have a lot of stories, but none like that are like, oh. I do want to get one. I'm gonna get one soon, and it's gonna be a butterfly, an origami butterfly, but the paper is gonna be $1 bill or $100 bill.
So cool.
Yeah.
How would you say you've grown as a person compared to when you were younger?
I probably was kind of spoiled. I'm like really humble now, and like I didn't see the bigger picture back then, but I definitely see the bigger picture now. Like when I'm walking out in public, like back then I wouldn't care how other people felt. You know what I'm saying? I was probably selfish, but but now it's like when I pass people in like the airport or stuff, and I'm like, I wonder what they're going through. I wonder like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, did their wife make them mad today? Is the plane gonna be okay? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think about a lot. I think about a lot of people, and I'm not. Before I wanted to do hair and before I wanted to do any of that, I wanted to do like charities and I wanted to give back people like that are homeless and stuff. That shit made me sick. Like I give away a lot of money. But I would never record it, and I don't like people that do that.
Is it to certain charities or?
What?
Like the money giveaway, is it to certain charities that
no,
you really like
it would just be people on the street, and it's like some stories like you can know when something's not real, and you can know when something's real, and then sometimes you have to take a chance and hope they're not lying to you. But there's like this woman that lives outside my house, and I take her stuff. I live in these apartments downtown Dallas, and sometimes I take her stuff, but when I see her, she never has any of that stuff with her. And so I was like, what the hell are you doing with it? You know what I'm saying? But like at the same time, I just want to keep giving to her. I don't know. But I was like, I can't do charities and I can't give back if I don't have like on a hairdresser's salary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like as soon as like, you know, let's say I get a deal or, you know, some money start rolling in, like I'm definitely going to be doing stuff that I've always wanted to do. I want to go to New York, and I want to take some people out of the cold and stuff like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far in your life?
In my whole life?
Yeah.
Damn. I really don't deal with a lot of things that people deal with in today's society. I feel like because I'm white, I don't have to face as many problems or challenges, and I feel bad for that. I feel bad for that. And sometimes when I see people getting talked to by a cop, I'm gonna start recording just in case, because you know what I'm saying, like, just if I can help, I will, or anything like that. But a challenge is that sometimes people don't want to give me the benefit of the doubt. I get ads and they're like, white people should never be rapping, you know what I'm saying, like, or sometimes they think my accent or stuff is fake or something. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not these trolling ass, internet ass people, like, you know, like, I'm not doing this shit for what they're doing it for. I'm doing it because, like, I want to be a star, you know.
Actually, with that, like, going from doing salon stuff to like putting stuff on the internet and getting this kind of feedback, was it difficult for you to deal with it initially, or how did you wrap your head around it?
I knew that some people were gonna, like, you know, roast me and, like, go in and stuff like that. My mom told me to be prepared for it. She's like, I don't know if you'll be able to handle, like, a lot of people being mean to you, or, like, she never wanted me to post my niece and my nephew. She's like, I don't want these people in our lives. Like, you don't know these people. You never know what could happen. Are you prepared for a stalker or something like that? And she's, like, telling me just be prepared for it and stuff like that. And at first I would read them. When Trapper's Delight first popped, I couldn't read anything because it was it wasn't bad. It was because it was popping. So I was like, shit. Well, I can't even read. I was trying. I would go back on my break at work and try to catch up and couldn't catch up. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, fuck them then. I don't know what they saying, but thank you. And now, if I'm bored enough, I'll check some comments and I'll be like, bitch, I want to flame these hoes so bad. Like, I want to tell them, but that's all they really want is, like, me to talk to them. Because if I don't like somebody, I'm going to just keep scrolling. And, like, the fact that you had the nerve or whatever to say that, I'm like, bitch, duh. Yeah.
What does love mean to you?
Love?
Yeah.
You are so nice. You're so cute. Love is, like, you know, not feeling like you need to hide anything. And love is, like, feeling like, don't hide who you are. Don't hide anything, period. Like, don't hold back. And it's just always being there for somebody. And love is thinking of someone else more than you think of yourself.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Because, like, I've been in a relationship where I'm thinking about what he wants. Will he like this? And I'm like, you didn't even ask yourself, Tay. That's what love is.
Yeah. Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be a fashion icon. I want these girls to pull up a picture of me one day, just like I do Lil' Kim, and say, can we redo this? And I want to be able to be on a stage and see nothing but little flashlights everywhere. And I want to be able to, it's going to give me chill bumps, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I want to be able to see that those people are there for me. Like, I think that I make music for girls that are like me. I feel like I'm different, but I also feel like I'm just like them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that's forced and there's nothing that's fucking fake. And you can't tell me shit about myself, and I think that they should all feel like that.
Yeah, I love that. I love this so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you.
Bye, guys.